which is what the white man had us eating once he brought us here in captivity, feeding us abominable foods that our God commanded us not to eat. Shame on him, because he's going to pay for it. So once again, we need to now start receiving, it's time for the Hebrew Israelites, those of Negro, Hispanic, and English, to now start receiving the knowledge towards salvation by where they can now start repenting from their sins. So they can receive that salvation. Go back to Luke chapter 1, verse 68. So let's find out in more of a totality what's going to be, what that salvation is totally talking about. So we found out that it's dealing with knowledge, which is going to cause you to remit from your sins, understanding about his commandments and how not to be breaking his commandments. Sure.
The brother brought out a good point, but he said, shame on them. No, in the year 2010, shame on you. Again, we can't continue to blame other people for you breaking the commandments of God. That's what our people got to get out of the habit of. We show you where it started, but now you're the ones that's willingly breaking God's commandments because you adapted this American way of living so heavily. When you find out it's against the commandments of God, you still want to hang on to it. You still want to disannul it. Hey, it's crazy. That's that quote we was telling you about. No, that's going to be on you. Give me Isaiah 66. Going back to the pork. Our people wonder why you got high blood pressure, diabetes, suffering from strokes and heart attacks. You put the wrong foods up in you. All that is unclean for you. And not just, again, the different unclean meats. A lot of the food that our people eat, they know is unhealthy for them. And again, God tells you that's defiling your temple as well, too. Which is a sin against God. Not just smoking the cigarettes and blunts and drugs and all that. So as the brother's saying, it's something as simple as the food you put up in yourself. But God realizes that a lot of God's people, those of Negro, Hispanic, and Indian descent, you willfully now are breaking his commandments, which is part of your problem. Isaiah 66 and give me verse 15, I believe. Lord shall come with fire.
For, behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariot like a whirlwind.
God is going to come back. And again, a lot of people don't, and again, they claim to believe in the Bible. They claim to believe that Jesus Christ is coming back. But how is he returning? That's what you need to ask yourself. He said he's going to come with chariots and fire. Those are weapons and instruments of war. Read.
To render his anger with fury and with rebuke.
Why is God coming back with his anger, with fury and rebuke? Because look at how many people are spitting in God's face day in and day out with all types of disrespect, blasphemy, and just flat out rebellion. So again, you don't think that God's going to be angry at that? If he came and died for you 2,000 years ago, in the year 2010, you could care less about the sacrifice he made, yeah, I would be upset too. Read on.
With flame of fire, for by fire and by his sword doth the Lord plead with all flesh. And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
God is going to, when he comes back, there is going to be a lot of casualties when he comes back, because those are the people that refuse to get right with God, refuse to hearken onto the wisdom of God. And when we say those people, we're talking about you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, people from Guatemala to Panama, the Seminole Indians, the North American Indians, the people from Argentina.